Hello, Ray Phoenix here yet again, and this is Street Fighter II on the Sega Master System, released in 1997, back when the Sega Master System was at its absolute peak of popularity, when it was at its absolute best, when everyone loved it, everyone paid a lot for it, and it was everywhere. You couldn't walk down a street without hearing about Sega Master System, and all of this was true. In Brazil, where it's an alternate universe where Sega Master System was the most successful gaming system ever, and almost no one bought a Nintendo NES. Yep, that's what it's like to live in Brazil. Sega Master System, that's the system you got. Not an NES, a Sega Master System. This version of Street Fighter II is pathetically easy. You just play on a standard 2-button Sega Master System controller. I don't think there are many 6-button controllers for the Sega Master System. It's just standard 2 buttons. And the game is pathetically easy. I'm just playing whatever the default difficulty is, and as Chun-Li, you could kick everyone's butt in this game easy. It's really that easy. This is like, no, not the dollar store. This is like the cent store version of Street Fighter 2. That's right, the cent store. This is the kind of Street Fighter 2 I expect to buy for like 25 cents from some, I don't know, something you buy at a flea market for 25 cents. But then again, there isn't much you could buy these days for 25 cents. This game's worth 25 cents. Only I didn't pay 25 cents for this game. I actually paid less for that. I just downloaded a ROM for it from a Sega Master System site. You didn't think I actually bought an actual cartridge of this game, did you? No, of course not. I just got the ROM of it. Which it plays perfectly fine on my Fusion 364 emulator. The emulator I have that plays Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Sega Game Gear, and Sega 32X. If you're in the market for getting an emulator for Sega of those systems that's listed, you should get a Sega. You should get the Fusion 364. It's pretty good. It's 32-bit as well, so it works on Windows XP. Works on most versions of Windows XP. It works on... What else does it work on? It works on Windows 10. It works on old computers, new computers. It works on all of them. So you're just about covered if you get that one. Like a lot of new emulators that only work on 64-bit computers, and they don't work on old computers, because nowadays 64-bit for computers and the norm. So you see, Chun-Li's beating up Ken, and Ken's just giving him Cursey, Hami, Haas to Chun-Li. But we can defeat Ken easy. Ken's a pushover. You just press a bunch of buttons. It's like Battle Arena to Shinden on the Game Boy. You just fool around with the buttons and you could win. That's how easy the game is. This game is pathetically easy. It's also very fast-paced too, and you win. It's easy to win. It's hard. The real challenge is losing in this game. That's a real challenge. And of course, Ken needs to know he shouldn't be beating on women. Ken shouldn't beat on women. You know, it's pretty bad to beat on women. That's why Chun-Li's gonna kick his butt, because Chun-Li really is the best character in Street Fighter 2. Heck, Chun-Li wrote the whole move system, the whole combat system called Chun-Li, where you jump back and forth and kick them in the face. Whenever I play fighting games, I always do that. Whenever it's Street Fighter 2, or Battle Arena to Shinden, or Virtua Fighter, or even in Mortal Kombat, I do that a lot. And all my friends hate, and I always beat my friends, and all my friends hate me when I do that, which makes me want to do it even more. Which I actually like Street Fighter 2 a lot more than Mortal Kombat. I'm not much of a fan of Mortal Kombat, but I really like Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 is really good. This looks like Chun-Li's gonna fight her doppelganger. And what I imagine would be China. There is no world tour. It really doesn't say where in the world you're going to. Like in the other one where it shows a map of the world and shows the different countries you go to and the different places that you fight in. There is none of that in this game. We don't have that in this game. This game's cheap, keep saying earlier. This is a cent store version of Street Fighter 2. I bet this version is better than Tiger's pocket handheld version. Remember Tiger made those pocket handheld games? Those caveman video games that work like a watch or a digital clock? That's how those games work. And this, I don't know how this compares to other fighting games like Full House Fighter, a fighting game based on Full House. And there's Sonic the Fighters, which Sonic the Fighters is a much better game than this cheap piece of crap. This cheap, crappy Street Fighter 2. Really, if considering how cheap this game is, if you paid money for this, you really should go back to the store you bought it from and get your refund. And you really should, even if it was just a quarter, if it was just a dime, your dime and quarter is not worth it for this game. Get the Genesis version instead. The Genesis version's a lot better. Heck, if you get that Fusion 364 emulator, you could probably get an emulator ROM, the Genesis version, which again is by far a lot better than this version. There's barely anyone in the background. Like, look, there's just two people awkwardly watching, like, oh, look, two girls are fighting. Oh, it's a chick fight. Oh, we don't get to see these very often. We better freeze where we are, like, freeze, completely freeze, so we'll be still like statues and watch the fight. Yeah, like, we're totally gonna do that. We're totally gonna watch the fight. I'm gonna totally watch this fight. Stand still, perfectly still. Next, we're going against Blanca in Brazil. I like Brazil. They should like Brazil, because that's the only place this game was released in was Brazil. Where's Blanca anyways? Who the hell is Blanca? He looks like some mutant. He looks like an X-Men reject. Hey, X-Men called. They want their reject mutant back. He also looks like something that would be in some kind of deranged child's nightmare. But again, I had deranged nightmares like that when I was a kid too, so I guess I'm kind of calling myself that. And it's in Brazil as well, because all the freaky stuff happens in Brazil. Everyone knows that freaky stuff happens in Brazil. If you want to see freaky stuff, go to Brazil. I've never been to Brazil before myself, but I know I like it. I know I'm big on Oda Mi Progresso and other Brazilian concepts. I really like the flag of Brazil. Brazil is one of the best flags in the world. Of national flags, that is. I love the music in the stage. The stage has some of the best music in the game. And to my surprise, the music in this game actually sounds pretty good. This game actually does have a good soundtrack, even though it's on the Sega Master System, which is sounds good for 8-bit. I wonder how this compares to the Sega Game Gear version or the Game Boy version of Street Fighter 2, which I never played any of those before. So if you ever played any of those, you can feel free to tell me how this compares to them. And also, if you were going to comment in this video, I might as well answer this question too while you're at it. Did you know that there was a Street Fighter 2 game on the Sega Master System? Did any of you watching this know that before watching my video? Or you just find out about it now from watching my video? And it was released, and this game, as I said before, was released in 1997. That was about a year after the N64 came out, and well into the PS1 timeline, the Sega Saturn timeline, and about 2 years before the Sega Dreamcast was set to be released. And heck, I thought it was kind of ridiculous when Frogger came out in the Sega Genesis. You know, Frogger, I think I made a video of that game like a year ago or so. It's exactly the same as the original Frogger from like 1981, but it's on the Sega Genesis, and for some reason it came out in 1998, about a year before the Dreamcast. Oh, and look, we're gonna go fight Guile now. We're gonna go fight Jean-Claude Van Damme and make him bow down at our feet. Everyone knows that Chun-Li's better than Jean-Claude Van Damme. Everyone knows that. And there's soldiers in the background watching. And look, he's going all super psycho, like all fast, and there's some soldiers in the background watching. Where is this anyways? Why would there be soldiers there anyways? Like, where is this? I know in the real version, the Genesis version, it was like some at some military complex like place. But this version is just like, looks like a gate and it's out to like, is that the ocean? Is that sea? I don't know. It seems like a lot of the backgrounds in this game seem to be incomplete compared to their Genesis counterparts. It's like they got lazy when making this game. They thought, let's just call it Street Fighter 2 and make it look like Street Fighter 2, make it look like the real thing, and put it on the Sega Master System and release it in Brazil. We know the Brazilians are going to buy anything that's on Sega Master System. That's the way the Brazilians are. They obviously like Sega Master System more than Americans did, because that's how Sega Master System was in Brazil. But Sega Master System wasn't very successful in North America. That's what NES was for. NES was the most successful, and I'll admit, me being the Sega fanboy that I am, I will admit, I kind of do like the original NES more on the Sega Master System. But again, the Sega Master System, the reason why I like Genesis more than SNES, because I find Genesis had a lot more better original games that are only on Genesis rather than Super NES. But it's the other way around for the past generation. NES had a lot better exclusives than Sega Master System. At this point, during the earlier days of the Master System, that's when Alex Kidd was still Sega's mascot. And Alex Kidd's a wimp. He's just some boy that runs around in tights and punches stuff, and he dies if you hit him. He's really weak. He's even weaker than Bubsy Bobcat sometimes. He just touches one thing and he turns into a ghost. He's weak and pathetic. I don't like Alex Kidd very much. I tried playing some of his games, and they're like, good God, like, how did this become, like, who let this guy, why was this guy Sega's mascot? Who thought it was a good idea to make this kid Sega's mascot? Sonic the Hedgehog is by far a much better mascot than Alex Kidd. Alex Kidd had all the reason to be replaced by Sonic in 1991. And then have him fade into obscurity. Everyone will forget about him, and no one will ever remember he ever existed. That's how Alex Kidd deserves to be. No one deserves to remember Alex Kidd. Some characters and games do deserve to be forgotten, Alex Kidd being an obvious example of one of them. And there were Sonic games on the Sega Master System. They did release the original Sonic the Hedgehog in And then they released Sonic 2 on Master System. There was no Sonic 3 on Master System, but they did release a lot of the Game Gear Sonic games. All the Sonic games that were on Game Gear were released on Master System, like Sonic Chaos, and then there was Sonic Spinball, but it was more, the Sonic Spinball that came out on Master System, it was more like the Game Gear version than the Genesis version. And now we're up against Saget right now, or Saget, or whatever his name is. You know, like, Bob Saget, oh, Bob Saget. Yeah, I used to watch Full House a lot when I was a kid, and AFV. Only I didn't really know Bob Saget from AFV, because Bob Saget was before my time with AFV, really. I didn't watch AFV really back when Bob Saget was the host. But I did watch Full House a lot when I was a kid. I liked watching Full House. Full House was one of my favorite sitcoms when I was a kid. I love Full House. I love seeing Bob Saget. And you're like, oh, Bob Saget. I used to say that whenever, well, no, I didn't. No, wait, actually, that was that. I can't remember now. Was that before or after I heard about Tourette Sky always using Bob Saget as a swear word? I don't remember. I really don't remember. I don't remember anything anymore these days. I used to have an idea. I have like a photographic memory, like a tape recorder-like memory, but that memory has sadly faded away over time. I'm not like that anymore. That's for a good reason, too. If I did remember absolutely everything I ever seen ever in my entire life, I would be traumatized at night with all the stuff I've seen, all the deranged stuff. I'm not even going to talk about all this deranged stuff, because you would probably have nightmares for weeks on end if I spoke of it. So I whooped. I'm not going to do any of that at all. As you can see, Saget's a wimp in this game, a real pushover in this game. He's letting his butt get kicked by Chun-Li, and Saget's supposed to be M. Bison's second in command, his right-hand man. And he falls to Chun-Li easy. Chun-Li really is the greatest fighter ever. I even like her more than all the characters in Mortal Kombat. She really kicked the crap out of all the characters in Mortal Kombat. Imagine dating Chun-Li and bringing her home to see her mother. She'd probably kick your mother's butt. She'd probably also be my favorite character in, like, Marvel vs. Capcom. But then again, I haven't played Marvel vs. Capcom very much. I actually played the arcade version of Capcom vs. SNK once at an arcade I went to. Once they actually had Capcom vs. SNK. Which I like SNK as well. I played a bunch of SNK games as well. I don't like SNK as much as I like Capcom, but I like SNK. I like Metal Slug. I like King of the Fighters, and there's a lot of fighting games that SNK made. Most of the stuff they had in their Neo Geo system were fighting games, but I'm not too big on those. I'm more big on like Metal Slug. I actually like Metal Slug more than Contra. And then there's Pulsar. It was another game I liked playing when I was a kid. Well, I didn't actually play Pulsar. I watched it on YouTube, but I did like what I've seen of it on YouTube, so I guess you could say I like the game for that. You don't have to actually play a game to know if you like it or not. If you watch something, it looks good, you think you like it, then odds are you probably do like it, so yeah, it's enough to say you like a game. I'd say so myself. And then again, there's Otto's Magic Blocks. I haven't played that game since 2012 because it somehow got deleted from my computer from a virus attack. Otto's Magic Blocks is not abandonware yet. It's made by Wild Tangent Games. They still, in 2004, and they still expect you to pay money for it, even though it's a PC game they made long ago. I may never get to play that game again. I still consider myself to be a fan of Otto's Magic Blocks, even though I'll never get to play that game again. If you don't know what that game is, look it up. Go play it yourself and look it up. That game kicks ass. It's awesome. I love it. It's really good. As you can see, I wasn't even trying and I defeated M. Bison. That's how pathetic this game is. That's why this game is not even worth a fraction of a penny. If you could cut a penny into like an atom, that's what this game would be worth. And now let's check out the credits. There's no endings in this game like there were in the Genesis version and other versions of the game. No, it's just the credits. Just simply credits. Credits, text only. It's pretty good considering the fact it's being produced from a Sega Master System. But then again, it's 1997 really, so who really cares? I mean, people in Brazil obviously cared, but yep. Those are the good people that went into making this game. They deserve to be acknowledged. Special thanks, yep, they deserve special thanks. And you, yeah, like I was totally part of this game. Very end, Ray Phoenix signing out.